Affirmative action has been shot down by the Supreme Court in a 6-3 decision. We love to see it. The color of your skin should not play any factor in whether you get accepted to a college or not. And I think this is a step in the right direction for building meritocracy in this country. We've had it, and now a lot of people are trying to take it away again. So again, I think this is a step in the right direction. Now, clearly a lot of people are not happy about this. And I find it interesting because it seems a lot of people think Black people are literally too stupid, right, to get in by themselves. They need government help.
Hi everyone, so this week has been very busy in the news, and I really had to give my reaction to what's going on, that for all the decisions that the Supreme Court has made during this week. We have to talk about it. So with that being said, I'm going to react to one of Candace Owens' video where she is reacting to the Supreme Court decision on affirmative action.
Is affirmative action, we all know what it is. It says that if I, as a Black student, am underperforming against an Asian student or a white American student, then a university should look at the fact that I'm Black and say, well, of course, she's Black, so that's why she can't do as well as her Asian and white American peers, and they should let...
Believe this? I can't believe that we got into this time where it is okay to be racist against other race once the race is not African American or is not Black people. This is, I don't understand, why is this even a case? The fact is, the Asians or Chinese Americans are not getting into Harvard because they are allowing African Americans or Black Americans to get in when they're not even qualified, just for the sake of diversity. So he's saying that we're not good enough, we are not educated enough to do it by ourselves. We need help. We need a booster seat. Absolutely insane. Now, if you have that mentality, what's going to end up happening is that now when you graduate, you have your position, you're going to have in your mind, did I really deserve this position? Did I receive too many help from other people, or I did it by myself? We don't need help. Every African American who is out there can do the same. We just need to work hard. We don't need a booster seat. We don't need a head start. All we need is hard work.
Of these individuals. And that's always been very shocking to me, because what's really happening, people will lie to you and tell you that this is passed down from slavery. Black Americans can't perform well in academics because of slavery. That's a lie, because Black Americans are performing worse and worse as the decades go on. Black American literacy rates are plummeting. Mathematical rates are plummeting over time. America is not becoming a more racist society. We are just increasingly not being told that we have to meet academic criteria by, well, I call this white saviors. But what's really at root here, people will try to make this issue Black versus white. What's really happening at Harvard is open and flagrant discrimination against Asian Americans. Yes. So they'll tell you, oh, this is going to help white.
How is it possible to fight race with being racist? So we're not only being racist, but we are creating this division in America, where nowadays, for some reason, we're at war with Chinese American. And now when I say at war, it's not really truly at war. But the fact is, we're starting problems with another race because of these Democrats, these liberals that thinks it's okay for us to skip the line, right? We want everyone else to wait in the line and wait their time, but they want to skip the line. Then you didn't go through the process. So when you get to the finish line, you're not going to know what to do. It's the same thing. They're passing all these Black people, and when they pass them, accept them to go to other colleges, they don't know what they're doing, because all of these times they've been skipping the line. And this is just telling Black people that you always gonna need help. And once we start with that mentality of always need help, when you graduate and start working at your job, you're going to have the same mentality that you need to be helped in order to be successful. This is absolutely not right. And this is not a good start. This is not a good start, because now we are causing more division in America.
Americans get into Harvard. Nope. The people that are achieving the most academically are Asian Americans, and they aren't coming from an affluent community. They just have better morals and principles in their household. They are focused on academics. Anecdotally, I will never forget, I went on a play date with a girl when I was in third grade. Her name was Kathy. She was one of my best friends. She was Japanese. I remember going to her house. Now, we were in the same station in life. This was when I moved into my grandparents' house. It was, I would say, a very middle-class existence. And after school, unlike me, I used to be able to just ride my bike, go to the park, do whatever I wanted. Kathy's dad was terrifying. He immediately wanted her to take her shoes off, to get into the house, and to sit down and to show him everything that she had to work on. Kathy was not allowed to play or do anything until all of her homework was done. I didn't like going to Kathy's house. That wasn't fun. It wasn't what I was doing at my home. My parents didn't place the same implications upon me. I didn't have to do my homework first or even show them what my homework was. So what was stopping my parents from doing that? Nothing. Just cultural differences. Asian Americans, we know, strive harder academically. That's always been the stereotype when we talk about Asian Americans. If you're watching a movie, the idea is the nerdy Asian American with their calculator, right? Stereotypes don't come from nowhere. Another stereotype doesn't come from nowhere. The fact that Black Americans place an emphasis on sports. Yes, we do. That is the truth. So it's not that shocking when you look up in the world and you examine the statistics of the amount of Black Americans that are thriving and dominating in the NBA and the NFL.
Let's make a good point here. When you look at basketball, when you look at football, right? You see those sports are predominantly Black people. And the reason why is because our culture. We are Black people, and this is not my opinion, this is from the books, that we have bigger muscle mass, bigger lungs, right? And because of that, we tend to be a little bit better when it comes to those type of sports. Because not only in our culture, but also biologically, we tend to have bigger muscle mass and all that stuff. So are we going to tell Chinese or other race that they don't have to work as hard as us to play in the NBA? It's the same mentality. And this is why affirmative action does not work. It does not work. Everyone need to work hard by merit to get into or to achieve whatever they want to achieve in, not because of their race. All they're doing is teaching us Black people that we always need help in order to succeed.
And the amount of Asian Americans that should be thriving at Harvard and MIT, but are being routinely discriminated against on the basis of their ethnicity. So let's just go over those NBA stats. According to data in 2021, 73.2% of NBA players are Black American. Oh my God, how could that be? There's not enough racial difference. We need to make sure that we aspire to racial quotas. It'd be great. What we should do instead is we should decline LeBron James at the Lakers and instead accept Ed Sheeran. We just don't, we don't have enough redheads. We don't have enough people from the UK that are being represented in the NBA. No, that would be pointedly ridiculous. We would all say that would be foolish. I wouldn't want to watch the NBA. I appreciate the fact that the best basketball players are dominating the sport. And as I said, we know why that is. As somebody who grew up in a Black household and has a Black family, every Black mother wants to believe that their child is the next Michael Jordan. That is the truth, right? It is the reason why we envy those individuals. It is the reason why politicians are falling over themselves to get an endorsement from somebody like LeBron James. You want LeBron James to tweet something about Black Lives Matter because that means that Black Lives Matter is going to raise $90 million and nobody's going to care about where the money's going. And they're all going to call Candace Owens because she doesn't have...
It is always going to include something about Black Lives Matter. If you haven't had a chance to watch her Black Lives Matter documentary, go ahead and watch it. It's very informative. Black Lives Matter movement was a joke. They did not do what they said they were going to do. They instead used that movement to make money so they could be rich. And they did not help the African American community. Instead, they used that money to buy bigger mansions and cars and pay $1 million to a security guard. And they move out of the Black neighborhood into the white neighborhood.
street status that LeBron James does because he plays basketball. That's considered cool. That is where we are focused on culture. That's truth. On the other side of that, you have individuals who say, okay, well, maybe my child is not going to play sports when they're at university. Maybe they're going to instead enjoy the math club, the mathletes, and I want them to strive to become a doctor. Now, I think I've been pretty open about the fact that
the Supreme Court decision was the right decision. We should not be accepting anyone in any colleges based on their race. It should be by merit, hard work, and you have to make sure that they have the education, the hard work, the tenacity to be successful. Please let me know what you think. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Have a blessed day.